Perak, also known by its honorific Darul Ridzuan or Abode of Grace, one of the 13 states of Malaysia, is the fourth largest state in the country. It borders Kedah at the north, Yala Province to the northeast, Penang to the northwest, Kelantan and Pahang to the east, Selangor to the south, and the Straits of Malacca to the west. The state's administrative capital of Ipoh was known historically for tin mining activities until the price of the metal dropped, severely affecting the state's economy. The royal capital, however, remains at Kuala Kangsar, where the palace of the Sultan of Perak is located. Name: the state's official name is Perak Darul Ridzuan or Perak, the Abode of Grace. Perak means silver in Malay, which is probably derived from the silvery color of tin. In the 1890s, Perak, with the richest alluvial deposits of tin in the world, was one of the jewels in the crown of the British Empire. However, some say the name comes from the glimmer of fishing in the water that sparkled like silver. Darul Ridzuan is the state's Arabic honorific and can mean either land or abode of grace. History. Legend tells of a Hindu-Malay kingdom called Ganganegara in the northwest of Perak. Archaeological discoveries indicate that Perak was inhabited since prehistoric times. The modern history of Perak began with the fall of the Malacca Sultanate. Raja Muzaffar Shah fled the Portuguese conquest of 1511 and established his own dynasty on the banks of the Sungai Perak in 1528. Being rich in tin ore deposits, the dominion was under almost continuous threat from outsiders. Dutch colonialism. The Dutch attempted to control the tin trade in the 17th century, and built defensive forts at the mouth of the Perak River and on Pulau Pangkor. Early history recorded the arrival in Perak of the Dutch in 1641, when they captured the Straits of Malacca and controlled tin ore and spice trading. However, the Dutch attempt to monopolize the tin ore trading in Perak by influencing Sultan Muzaffar Shah failed. They then turned to Sultan Tajul Alam Safiatuddin, the Sultan of Aceh, to seek permission to trade in Perak, which forced the Sultan of Perak to sign a treaty, allowing the Dutch to build the plant in Kuala Perak on the 15th of August 1650. This did not go down well with the aristocracy of Perak. In 1651, Temenggung and the people of Perak attacked and destroyed the Dutch plant. The Dutch were forced to leave the base in Perak. The Dutch sent a representative to Perak in 1655 to renew the earlier agreement and to seek compensation for the loss of the plant. The Perak government, however, did not honor the treaty and was thus surrounded by the Dutch. In retaliation, the people of Perak, Aceh, and Ujung Saling, launched a surprise attack on the Dutch. In 1670, the Dutch returned to Perak to build Kota Kayu, now known as Kota Belanda, on Pangkor Island. Perak agreed to the construction because of news that the Kingdom of Siam would be attacking the state. Nevertheless, in 1685, Perak once again attacked the Dutch on Pangkor Island, forcing them to retreat and close the headquarters. The Dutch attempted to negotiate for a new treaty, but failed. British colonialism. In the 19th century, the Bugis, Hussenis, and the Siamese were all attempted to invade Perak, and only British intervention in 1820 prevented Siam from annexing Perak. Although the British were initially reluctant to establish a colonial presence in Malaya, increasing investment in the tin mines brought a great influx of Chinese immigrants, including Fu Ming, who formed rival clan groups allied with Malay chiefs and local gangsters, which all fought for control of the mines. The Perak Sultanate was unable to maintain order as it was embroiled in a protracted succession crisis. In her book, The Golden Chersones and the way that the Victorian traveller and adventurer Isabella Lucy Bird describes how Raja Muda Abdullah turned to his friend in Singapore, Tan Kim Ching. Tan, together with an English merchant in Singapore, drafted a letter to Governor Sir Andrew Clark which Abdullah signed. The letter expressed Abdullah's desire to place Perak under British protection, and to have a man of sufficient abilities to show a good system of government. Quote, in 1874, the Straits Settlements Governor Sir Andrew Clark convened a meeting on Pulau Pangkor, at which Sultan Abdullah was installed on the throne of Perak in preference to his rival, Sultan Ismail. This Pangkor Treaty also required that the Sultan of Perak accept a British resident, a post granted wide administrative powers. In 1875, various Perak chiefs assassinated the British resident James W. Birch, resulting in a short-lived Perak War of 1876. Sultan Abdullah was exiled to the Seychelles, and the British installed a new ruler. The new resident, Sir Hugh Low, was well versed in the Malay language and local customs, and proved to be a more capable administrator. He also introduced the first rubber trees in Malaya. Perak joined Selangor, Negeri Sembilan and Pahang to form the Federated Malay States in 1896. However, the British resident system persisted until the Malayan Union was established in 1948. Perak gained its independence from the British on 31 August, 1957. Administration: constitutional monarchy under the laws of the Constitution of Perak. Perak is a constitutional monarchy, with a constitutional hereditary ruler. The current Sultan of Perak is Raja Sultan Nazwaran Shah, the 35th Sultan of Perak. He was appointed as the new Sultan on 29 May 2014. The preceding Sultan was Sultan Aslin Muhibbuddin Shah, who was the 9th Yang di-Pertuan Agong of Malaysia and formerly the Lord President of the Supreme Court of Malaysia, who died on 28 May 2014. State government: the Perak State Legislative Assembly is the unicameral state legislature of the state of Perak. It is composed of 59 members representing single-member districts throughout the state. Elections are held no more than 5 years apart. The current Menteri Besar is Dato' Seri Dr. Zamri Abdul Qadir, who is representative of the Barisan Nasional, the governing political party that commands the support of majority of members of the State Legislative Assembly. Following the opposition coalition winning Perak in the 2008 general election, Muhammad Nazar Jamaluddin of Pan-Malaysian Islamic Party was appointed as the new Menteri Besar of the state eventually. Although the Democratic Action Party won the most seats compared to other opposition parties, the Menteri Besar did not come from the Chinese dominant party, as the state constitution states that the chief minister must be a Muslim, unless the Sultan specially appoints a non-Muslim chief minister. As DAP does not have any Muslim assemblymen, if the Sultan insists that the chief minister must be a Muslim, then the assemblyman would have to come from either party. Keadilan Rakyat APA, which formed the coalition state government with DAP. On 3 February 2009, Barisan Nasional, the national ruling party, gained control over the state government, after the defections of 3 Pakatan Rakyat assemblymen. However, several cases have been filed in the Kuala Lumpur High Court challenging the validity of the new Barisan Nasional government, causing a constitutional crisis. Adding to this crisis is the fact that the Pakatan Rakyat Menteri Besar has refused to resign and states that he is still the legal Menteri Besar, until he is removed through vote of no confidence. A snap election. Administrative divisions: Perak Perak is divided into 12 administrative districts, which are further divided into local administrative municipal councils. The following is a list of the 12 administrative districts in terms of population. It has been announced on the 26th of November 2015 that Perak will have its 11th district, which is called Mulam, which includes the sub-district of Tanjung Malim, which will split it from the current Batang Padang district. It has been officiated by Sultan Nazrun, the current Sultan, on the 11th of January 2016. Map. Please note that the Selama and Larut Matang district that is labeled as separate district in the map. However, both of them are actually a district called Larut Matang and Selama. Perak constitutional crisis. In February 2009, Barisan Nasional retook Perak State Assembly from the Pakatan Rakyat government, after the defections of Hiwayat Ifung, Jamaluddin Mode, Radzian Mode, Osman Jalu to Barisan Nasional as independent assemblyman. The Sultan of Perak dismissed the Pakatan Rakyat government but refused to dissolve the state assembly and thus trigger new elections. Amid multiple protests, lawsuits and arrests, a new Barisan Nasional-led state assembly was sworn in on the 7th of May, but the takeover was ruled illegal by the High Court in Kuala Lumpur on the 11th of May 2009, restoring power to the Pakatan Rakyat. However, immediately on the next day, the Court of Appeal suspended the judgment of the High Court in Kuala Lumpur pending a new judgment from the Court of Appeal, and followed by the 22nd of May 2009, the Court of Appeal overturned the High Court's decision and returned power back to the Barisan Nasional. Many supporters of the opposition party, DAP, claimed that the crisis was effectively a power grab. Demographics. Once Malaysia's most populous state, Perak has yet to recover from the decline of the tin mining industry. The economic downturn resulted in massive manpower drain to higher growth states such as Penang, Selangor and Kuala Lumpur. Perak's population grew at an annual rate of 0.4% as follows: 2001 to 2,051,236. 2006 to 2,283,000. 2010 to 2,258,428. 2015 to 2,477,700. The ethnic composition of the population in 2001 was: Bumiputera 1,101,105, Chinese 643,129, Indians 262,121. Other ethnicity, 6,536, including 2,080 Thai. Non-citizens, 38,345. The population breakdown in 2010 was: Bumiputera 1,360,506, Chinese 702,170, Indians 296,600. Other ethnicity, 8,842. Non-citizens, 72,751. In 2010, the religious makeup of residents in Perak was: Muslims, 55.3%, Buddhists, 25.4%, Hindu, 10.9%, Christians, 4.3%, Taoists or followers of other Chinese folk religion, 1.7%, followers of other religions, 1.5%, non-religious, 0.9%. Geography. Perak covers an area of 21,035 square kilometers, making up 6.4% of total land banks in Malaysia. It is the second largest Malaysian state in the Malay Peninsula, and the fourth in the whole of Malaysia. The longest river in Perak is the Perak River. It originates in the mountains at the Perak-Kelantan Thailand border, and empties into the Strait of Malacca. It is the second longest river in Peninsular Malaysia after the Pahang River. Climate: Perak's days are warm and sunny, while its nights are cool the whole year through, with occasional rains in the evenings. Temperature is fairly constant, that is, from 23 degrees Celsius to 33 degrees Celsius, with humidity often more than 82.3%. Annual rainfall measures at 3,218 millimeters. Economy: Perak was one of Malaysia's wealthier states during Malaya's colonial period, as much of Malaya's mineral deposits were situated here. The tin industry here subsequently flourished under the auspices of the British, fueled by the ongoing Industrial Revolution then. The global tin industry collapsed in the 1980s, subsequently forcing the closure of many local tin mines, concurrently crippling Perak's economy. This turn of events led the local state government to diversify the economy's base towards commodity-based manufacturing. The mid-1980s witnessed a large influx of electronics SMEs from Taiwan to Saliban and Jelapang industrial estates, but these have relocated to China in the 1990s as a result of outsourcing. A local car manufacturing hub called Proton City at Tanjung Malim has been developed with the establishment of state-of-the-art car manufacturing facilities. It is the largest manufacturer of Proton cars. However, the economy has never fully recovered from the decline of the tin industry. Agriculture is also one of Perak's main industries, especially those concerning rubber, coconut and palm oil. Tourism is a growing industry given the state's abundant natural attractions. Perak is set to become the second state to introduce the gold dinar and silver dirham as official currency. Tourism. Ipoh, the state capital, is legendary for silky soup noodles called sahur fun, and Hainanese chicken rice. Tambun pomelo, the most popular fruit in Perak, is another tropical delight. The Lost World of Tambung theme park is surrounded by a 400-million-year-old limestone mountain, and includes a 175-room hotel. Kuala Kangsar, just 48 kilometers north of Ipoh on the Perak River, is the royal town. It is dominated by three buildings: Istana Iskandaraya, Istana Kenangan and the Abode Mosque. The Istana Iskandaraya, located on a hill overlooking the river, is the palace of the Sultan of Perak. Istana Kenangan, which was constructed as a temporary residence during the Iskandaraya's construction, is known for its beautiful architecture. The Abode Mosque is an impressive structure topped with a constellation of bright golden domes. Perak State Museum is located in Taiping, and is the oldest museum in Malaysia. Kelly's Castle is located in Batu Gajah. It was built in 1915 and was never completed as the owner, William Kelly Smith, returned to England and died there. The castle is perched on top of a hill in what used to be a rubber estate. The castle was once believed to be haunted, with many secret rooms and a hidden tunnel. Today, it is opened as a tourist attraction. Gua Tempurung is located between Gopeng and Kampar. It was believed to be one of the oldest places in Perak. During peak season, it is packed with locals and tourists. Accessible from Lumut, the Pangkor Island holds a mix of quaint fishing settlements and white beaches decked with rich vegetation. The warm waters are perfect for swimming and diving, while the atmosphere is relaxing. Many resorts are available for accommodation on this popular island. Pangkor's two popular beach areas are Pasir Bogak and Teluk Nipah, which offer ocean activities such as scuba diving, snorkeling, windsurfing and fishing. Teluk Ketapang still receives turtles on their egg-laying pilgrimages. A beautiful whitewater rafting location in Perak is at Mygopeng Resort. Whitewater rafting, waterfall abseiling, raffleisures, flower trekking, jungle trekking and others adventures are part of the joy of visiting Perak. Beside rafting, many admire gafiru from Gafiru tea valley gopeng, a kind of agarwood which can be processed as tea. Rumor has it that whoever captures a picture with the talking wood will bring in a windfall. Hong Kong famous director Raymond Wong Bak Ming believed he had a very close relationship with the farm owner. The Belem Temangor Forest Reserve is one of the largest untouched forest reserves in the peninsula, with exotic mammals such as elephants, rhinoceroses, tapirs and tigers. Guided tours are available for visitors to immerse in the immense wealth of flora and fauna. The Sungai Klar Hot Spring Park uniquely offers a specially designed free-flowing hot springs swimming pool and therapeutic park at the foothill of the Titiwangsa Range, 200 feet above sea level. Visitors can enjoy a scenic view of oil palm plantations and durian orchards amidst a haven of tranquility. Visitors can also experience hot springs egg boiling. Founded in 1844, Bukit Larut is the wettest place in Malaysia, with an annual rainfall of over 500 centimeters. The hill boasts of spectacular views on a clear day where the peninsular coastline and the Straits of Malacca are visible, sometimes stretching as far as Penang to the north and Pangkor Island to the south. The Taiping Lake Gardens was built on top of an abandoned tin mine, and opened in 1880. The first public garden in Malaya, spread over 64 hectares. The lake has 10 scenic lakes and ponds, a lotus pool, charming bridges, tracks for jogging and reflexology, a roller skating rink, paddleboat rides, and a playground, all surrounded by tropical plants, flowers, trees and wildlife. Transportation. Railway. The railway service is undergoing major upgrading with the advent of electrified trains running on double tracks from Kuala Lumpur to Ipoh. Ipoh Railway Station is an imposing structure in the city centre. Built in the Moorish style, this white structure, nicknamed the Taj Mahal of Ipoh, was completed in 1935 to replace the original railway platform shed built in 1917. The Ipoh railway station is said to be the second most beautiful railway station in Malaysia after the Kuala Lumpur railway station. It is located on Jalan Panglima Bukit Gantang Wahab. Education. There are a number of higher education institutions in Perak. University Tunku Abdul Rahman and Tunku Abdul Rahman University College have its branch campus at Kampar. University of Kuala Lumpur Mimet is located at Sri Manjung, while University Teknologi Petronas has its main campus at Seri Iskandar. Cuisine. Lemang, a Malay delicacy made from glutinous rice cooked in a bamboo tube over slow fire, is a must-have during the festivities such as Hari Raya Aidil Fitri and Hari Raya Haji, especially along with some rendang. Some say lemang originated from the indigenous people who cooked the rice using bamboo. Tempoyak is another popular Malay delicacy. It is durian extract which is preserved and kept in an urn, commonly eaten with chilies and other dishes. It is well known due to the popularity of its key ingredient, durian, among the locals. Rendang tok, a very famous Perak cuisine. A beef gravy slow cooked in a huge deep frying pan over bonfire, normally served during Malay Muslim festive season Hari Raya Aidilfitri Malay wedding in Perak.